Always lit in Connery, always lit in Evershed, always lit in Bright, always lit in Clare Valley, always lit in Great Head, always lit in Diamond Village.
97.1, always lit.
8 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. You know what that means? We are joined by the NDP. And today we have got their candidate for Central Wynwood. Is that right? Israel Bruce. Good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, Jack, good morning. It is South Central Wynwood.
South Central Wynwood.
That's correct.
Right, South
How
Central.
you could not
Wynwood.
know that?
My apologies. Jeez. My apologies. All right, so I understand that the NDP are now shaking in their boots after the PM speech last night.
Jaga.
Hey.
Morning to you, Jaga. Morning, Lou. Morning to Cool. Morning to Linton to the Kennedys. Oh boy, I told people that you were an outstanding radio personality of lately. I never told people that you were a comedian. I have to realign your profession.
Well. To be fair, you know, he did announce some things that some people will be happy with. 3% increase for 3 months. 3% bonus. Sorry.
Stop right there. Stop right there. First point I want you to stop on is 3% increase, and I want you to run a radio poll, if you please, this morning. And ask the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines what a 3% increase means to them in the context of the cost of living crisis that the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines are facing. Yeah, that's an important question. And let's max out what that 3% increase would mean. I think on a pure calculation, it means what? $3 to every $100 that you're making.
Yeah.
And when you finish doing the calculation, it must also calculate the extent to which that 3% increase is going to drive some people into a higher tax bracket, and that their tax payment is going to be more than the increase that he is offering them.
I think they said
he said it was tax-free.
It's tax-free.
Yeah. It's tax-free? If you have an increase that takes your salary into a different tax bracket, it's tax-free? You don't tell the taxmen and taxwomen that the person whose tax bracket has changed, that don't tax them on this increase in salary?
No, he said it was
tax-free. Let me see how we work it out.
He said it was tax-free.
But here what is needed is not a meager 3% increase to address the cost of living crisis that is facing the workers of this country. What is needed is a carefully well thought out reclassification of our workers, of a deep study of the cost of living crisis facing the workers, look at that cost of living crisis and look at salaries comparatively speaking, and understand and appreciate why Vincentians are catching the hell. So that 3%, tell Ralph, let me say that young people, wheel and come again.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Right? Why didn't he match what you offered?
Why didn't he match what we are offering?
Yeah.
Well, clearly they don't have the creative mindset right now to understand how. Well, maybe first of all, he has a deeper understanding as to the economic malaise in which he has plunged St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You remember Anna Eustace? Good morning to you, distinguished gentlemen. When there were a lot of protests happening in St. Vincent and people were asking for raise of salary, guys, let us not forget that Anna Eustace said to the workers of this country, public servants, that the state of the Vincentian economy could not have afforded him offering them, I think, more than 10%. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Gonzalez in opposition told people if they offer them less than 30% increase, they must continue to strike and continue to get on with disobedience in the country because they will offer 30% increase. After 25 odd years in government, the quintessential question that must be asked and answered is, have the public servants of this country seen a 30% increase in their salary over that 25 plus years?
But then shouldn't we also be wary that maybe the NDP, when they get and they see the financial situation, can't provide the the double salary at both.
No, there's a difference. There's a difference.
What's the difference?
In the instance of Ralph and the ULP offering people 30% increase, they were offering something that they knew was unrealistic at the time, right? And impractical. What we are offering as measures to deal with the financial crisis on an interim basis are measures that are practical and doable. And that is the significant difference between what the ULP sought to say and do and what the NDP has offered the people of this country.
But if there's no money in the treasury and you're promising to do this within 60 days, where's that money going to come from?
Well, one is not to assume that there is absolutely no money in the treasury. That's the first thing. Yes. So we operate, and that's why if you look at what we've offered, are things that are practical in the short term. We said here in these 60 days, these are the things that we can do. Now, if you reduce, if you increase the poor relief amount by up to $500, right? It is not asking for a humongous amount to allow the senior citizens of golden years to have that better living experience to start with. If you use the reduction in VAT, you're not asking the government to find monies in the treasury. Yes? Mm-hmm. So look at what the 60-day offer is, and you'd see that we have carefully thought out what is it we are putting on the table. Because one thing you can say about the New Democratic Party in its plans and programs that have been put forward is that we are practical about it, and we are taking center stage the welfare and the well-being of the poor and the working class of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
But it does beg the question, though. Why didn't the Prime Minister announce something similar yesterday? If you could do it, presumably he could do it.
I told you what the difference is. We care about the poor and working class of this country. There's the difference.
So you're saying that he could have afforded to do it, he just chose not to?
Of course. What he cares about is the sustenance of his organization, not the welfare and the well-being of the poor and the working class. That right there separates the Unity Labour Party from the New Democratic Party. And what you should be recognizing, gentlemen, is that some of what he put forward on the table last night, what I call a big shame on the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is because the election is around the corner, brother man. And I mean, either tonight or tomorrow the announcement will come. But that is what forces his hand. Because these are things, you don't wait for an independence announcement if you truly care about your people and you recognize the hardship that they're going through. You don't wait for an election. You don't wait for an independence speech. You as a true and genuine leader at a party that cares and a government that cares about your people would say, look, this is what we recognize and this is what we're going to do immediately to address the cost of living crisis that is facing the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We in opposition recognize that.
But why would he announce something which could so easily be contrasted against what you announced? I don't see how he wins that argument.
Well, he doesn't win in any case because
but what's his what is essentially what's the tactic? Explain the tactic to us. What's he trying to achieve by not offering? Because if I'm on poor relief and I'm comparing 360 to 500, obviously 500 wins.
That's right.
If I like any consumer, we all pay VAT. Why wouldn't I prefer a reduction on everything than
It's easy. That's easy to work on. Look, Luke, you are a brilliant young man. And,
so why is he not? Explain to me. Why is he not doing it? Young.
None of us dancing to it today, but I'm saying your own sheer brilliance should allow you to bring you to this logical conclusion.
Young.
Already, the New Democratic Party has outpaced the Unity Labour Party in the preparation and the lead up to the election. Mm-hmm. Now, you know what it means? When you sit in your seat and you look across at somebody's book and you have to go, you try to steal they've written on their book as their answers. So
yeah, but I don't copy 360 when I call
$500 because we understand that what people are getting now can't even help them to take a good grocery bag out of the grocery store. But he is so ashamed. He's so ashamed that he has had the people like that. And now Friday says up to $500. Boy, if I go and say $500 like Friday, they're going to say I was stealing Friday ideas. If I go over what Friday to $500, they will still say, if Friday didn't make the suggestion, I would have done nothing about it. The same for the VAT. All the items. Think about what the Rag Guns did in the announcement yesterday. And you'll see a lot of it is a repeat or a copying of some sort of the NDP's ideas, but using different figures so that the ordinary person don't see through it. I know that you've seen through it.
Okay. All right. Let me move on to the inappropriate lyrics of Mali Dan over the weekend, man. What happened there, man?
Look, let's face it, yeah? We have an election to win. Let's face the fact that this rally that you're talking about that you're referencing is the largest rally that we have seen in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a warm-up rally. That's just the warm-up, you know. That was just the warm-up. And
hang on. So how do I which other warm-ups do I compare it to?
By you look at their warm-up, they had a warm-up in Layu.
Yours was bigger than that?
And
what about Calico? You were bigger than Calico?
Huh?
You were bigger than Calico?
What do you mean you were bigger than Calico? You were here? You were here? What happened inside the day?
I heard
fellas got home 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Sunday morning, you know.
Wow. Why? I mean, addressing the sexually explicit lyrics. Well,
let's put it this way. Let's put it this way very quickly and keep it in context. There are a number of young people who are at the event, and what is important is that the young people came to the event to hear the message of the Democratic Party. And the leadership of the NDP, those of us who addressed the rally, the warm-up rally, we were on point. We addressed the issues that are affecting the young people, the issues that are affecting the working class people, the issues affecting women, the issues affecting farmers, the issues affecting people who were sent home because of COVID, some people who have lost their mental acuity because they couldn't stay focused on the fact that they didn't have a job, couldn't pay their mortgage, couldn't feed their children, couldn't sustain their children in schools. Those were the things that came out of the rally that are far more important. And the message is what the NDP went to Overland to deliver. And the messages were delivered. And they were received. You should have seen the extent to which the young people who were there which were delivered. And let's make no bones about it.
Were you shocked by the
artists from time to time are going to slip out of line? We saw some of that, and keep in mind that the artist himself was honest enough to say to the audience and to the country, having apologized, he said, I had clear instructions from the people who brought me here as to what was expected of me. I slipped out of line. I apologize. It is not a responsibility that's on their shoulder. Let's move on to it.
The energy catch him.
And let's wait to see who the others are going to bring and see if there's going to be an equal assessment. But the important point still happens to be, to cool, that the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines cannot risk 5 more years of a ULP administration. And that is what is important. That is what is at stake. That is what will have to be determined when tonight at that rally, the announcement is made. That announcement is made.
Israel,
people of this country are eagerly awaiting the announcement because
you're ready.
Look, you can feel the vibes, you can feel the air in this country that people are clamoring for a change. They want to
I was going to ask you
back of the UL to go.
All right. We're in the political rhetoric. All right, let me ask a few questions. Were you surprised by the energy?
No, man. I'm not surprised. The energy is building and building and building. Because the New Democratic Party has put forward before the people of this country real and tangible programs and platforms to bring them out of their financial crisis, to create opportunities and job possibilities for young people. And people are gravitating to the New Democratic Party, and it's either because they recognize, one, that we are genuine about what we say, and two, the candidates in the Unity Labour Party are not genuine about what they're seeking to say to the people. And we in the NDP as candidates are ready to get to work. We are eager to go to work for the people of this country, and the people are seeing through that. And they recognize that, look, the choice is so very obvious now that the polls must come, and they are reconciled in their minds that, look, to get out of my own tough situation, I must now support a New Democratic Party led by Dr. Friday and a very capable and competent team. And that is why you've seen all the energy that you've seen. And if you think you see energy, Luke, Jagger, Chris, listeners, when the elections are announced tonight or tomorrow night, you would really see when the energy kicks into high again.
On that note, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Want to change.
All right, thank you for that.
I was Israel Bruce of the NDP, and boy, there's lots to talk about. We'll be right back right after these.
Always lit in Caliacross, always lit in Mess, always lit in South River, always lit in Rose Bay.